vet unit. He cannot afford to, he may use a nursing home. He has 6 of them, 1 in this county and 5 down in Rensselaer County. And individually, they cannot afford to raise his rates to the residents because he gets a lot of Medicare and Medicaid stuff too. And number 2, I noticed in the back here it says it was $37.73 total between electric and gas, and if the alternative was $28.18 recommended by the commission. This is hard economic times. We're trying to come out of recession. People are not going to have the money. Plus, Lockheed Martin has laid off 140 people within the last week on very important, high-paying jobs, and they're not going to have money. They're going to have to leave the county and go somewhere else for a job. And the college students are getting out another month. They ain't going to have any place to go either. And where are they going to go? My nephew had to leave this valley because he could not get a job with his degree. And he comes back, and his sister's going to have to do the same thing. She's going to school in upstate New York. And that's going to kill the valley. You're going to say job retention, you're going to kill more jobs, and you're going to have people lose their jobs, and people, and the old people are living on a certain amount a month is not going to go up unless you get a little Social Security increase, and that's all they're going to get, and there's going to be no more, and your pension locks in to a certain level. I don't care if you work for a nursing home or a state, or certain, unless you work for the state of New York, it's exception to the rule or the federal. The average pension guy does not get any extra money. If they live 20 years, that's all they're going to get, not another penny more. In conclusion, we have to look in, and they have to smile a little bit more. Delivery increase, I think they should cut that delivery thing in half, and wait and see if the people let the economy restore itself, get some jobs, and this industry come into this area. If they don't let the industry come in this area, they'll shut out and they'll go to Ohio or someplace else, and we'll lose number 1. On jobs for college students from SUNY and other places graduate won't be able to stay here. Number 2, older people will be forced to sell their house and go to Florida. We lose our population and our tax rate and everything else. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're still all awake. We'll stay. One other thing, I meant to give you a little bit of good news. As I said, this process has been going on for several months now. The Department of Public Service staff has been negotiating with NYSEG on a number of fronts, and at this point they have already agreed on enough things to reduce the requested increase by about 40% from what you saw in the handouts, and there are still enough items in dispute that could go down as much as 30 to 40% more. So it is not what you have in the handout. It is down from that, and it is still being worked on. It's still a lot of money in dispute. So with that, our next speaker is Mark Selby.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Selby. I'm the site utility engineer for Huron Real Estate in Endicott, New York. We're the former IBM Endicott. First of all, I'd like to say some facts on how this has impacted us and will impact us. I'm going to speak from both the industrial side and the residential side. I manage 8 electric accounts and 8 natural gas accounts on our campus. Since 2004, we have reduced our kWh usage by 20 million kilowatt hours, yet our costs are the same. We are paying the same from 2004 as we did in 2009, even though we reduced. For natural gas in 2004 from 2009, we conserved 170,000 decatherm of natural gas, yet my delivery rates have increased by 23%. Due to the service classifications that we have as an industrial site, we don't necessarily have the 17.4 and the 18.6% increase in delivery. We have more. From what we're hearing, some of my service classifications can increase up to 25 to 40%. For 5 consecutive years here on campus, I'm also the site energy conservation coordinator. We have conserved over $1 million in energy. If we haven't been doing that, we could possibly be closing our doors. Last year, if you look at your NYSEG bill at home, there's a separate line item that appeared on January 1st of 2010. It's called the New York Tax Assessment. That's costing my campus $500,000 a year. It doesn't go to NYSEG. It's a straight pass-through from NYSEG to New York State. Think how that hurts our operating costs. We need to eliminate any of these delivery increases so that here on campus can retain the thousands of jobs that we have on site. We need these jobs for Broome County. Imagine what would happen if we lost thousands of jobs in Endicott, New York because we had to close our doors. They say for every one manufacturing job you lose, on average, an additional 1.9 jobs are also lost, whether it be entrepreneurs, restaurants, stores, you name it. From the residential side, I also purchase electricity and natural gas for our site. I ran some numbers. I looked at my home NYSEG bill, and I'm paying between $7 and $8 in January, February, and March of 2010 for a decathermic gas. Yet I pulled out the numbers from the NYMEX settlements. Not once since October 28th has gas settled over $7. Where is that money going? That's over a 30% increase from what I purchased gas for on my campus to what I paid at home. How come they're not using that 30% increase to help pay for their infrastructure that they're looking for in these delivery increases? This is a fact, it's public knowledge. And also about the natural gas prices for purchases. I'm by no means an expert at purchasing gas. It's a minuscule part of my job responsibility. If I was an expert and I'm buying gas 30% cheaper than what NYSEG can provide it for me, I should be on Wall Street working, making millions. Instead, I'm an engineer in Endicott. Well, that's about all I'd like to say for now, but this impact with these rate increases, it's going to cost my campus $120,000 a year between the electricity, on top of the $500,000 I'm already getting hit with this year. We need to keep our site open. We need to reduce our costs, even on top of our aggressive energy conservation program. So we need to do everything we can to get this proposal shot down or drastically reduced. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
About how many electric meters do you have?
8 meter accounts.
Do you know what the typical service class is?
We have SC4, SC7, 7-3, and I believe
Do you
it's,
have a substation size?
yes, we do.
Okay.
We operate off our own substation, and we are off a NYSEG substation, depending on the side of the campus.
Are you considered a high load factor customer?
Yes, we are.
Are you aware of the issues around high load factor classes?
Yes.
Are you a member of multiple interveners by any chance?
I can't comment on that.
Can't comment on
No,
that?
sorry. We have been speaking with them, yes.
Okay, well, that's good.
We are involved with, we are communicating with them.
Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing to prohibit you from doing that all you want.
Right. Yep, we are active in that.
Whatever. I'm glad you're